Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday Night SmackDown. We are here and we are going to open straight up with the brand new WWE Champion, the Viper, Randy Orton, coming off of a phenomenal victory at WrestleMania. Let's go ahead and hear him out. You are looking at the Viper, Randy Orton, champion once again. I have done it. I now am a 15-time champion. Look, Randy, let's get the BS out of the way straight away. I have a rematch clause, and I want it. So how about that Backlash? Me and you get that WrestleMania rematch for your championship. And trust me, I will be showing no mercy, and I will end this reign instantly. What do you say, Randy? Fine, Cody, but just know next week I'll be announcing a stipulation for the match. It won't be as easy as you think to win this title back. And what a way to start Friday Night SmackDown. We will go ahead and cover everything that just happened here, but first, we gotta jump into the draft and see who's gonna be headed where, as Ricky Saints has just been drafted to Friday Night SmackDown. Thea Hale will be headed over to Monday Night Raw. And the second pick here tonight is Zilla Fatu, who goes ahead and joins the SmackDown roster. And the final pick for this round is Kalani Jordan, who will be heading over to Monday Night Raw. Now let's quickly talk about what just happened between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. We were just about to hear from Randy Orton, the brand new 15-time world champion, the new WWE champion, when very rudely interrupted by Cody Rhodes, who said, "No BS, let's get all of that nonsense out of the way. Let's jump straight into this. I have a championship rematch clause. I am activating that for Backlash." And while Randy Orton very quickly accepted, he said he's going to have a stipulation for Cody next week, which is going to make this match and gaining back the WWE Championship harder for Cody than he can ever imagine. So that's exciting. As already a Backlash, we have a confirmed title match, Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. And next week, we'll hear from Randy Orton to see what type of stipulation he'll add to the match in order to make Cody's life that much harder. That's to come next week. But for now, we're going to go ahead and open up with some tag team action. We have the 3-time WWE Tag Team Champions, the Motor City Machine Guns, here tonight, who will look to defend their titles against Pretty Deadly. Just recently gained these titles back against the Hardys. Now here tonight, very quickly, putting them on the line. A huge opportunity for Pretty Deadly to try to gain some gold. Not usually a tag team that you would consider to be in the title contention, but here they are tonight with an opportunity of a lifetime, being able not only to face off against such a great tag team like the Motor City Machine Guns, but also an opportunity at the WWE Tag Team Championships. And this is how we're going to go ahead and open up the SmackDown after WrestleMania. May not seem as big or as much eyes as the role of WrestleMania, but equally as packed, equally as important, as it sets up the whole future for this whole season number 2, as Kit Wilson, he has been gaining lots of popularity online. Elton Prince has done so as well, but it is really Kit Wilson through TikToks and Twitter, or I guess X. He has been gaining a lot of popularity. A lot of people have been begging for a singles run from Kit Wilson. Let's see if that creates any tension between Pretty Deadly and maybe causes a split, or how all of that will go. I guess we'll see. For now, still a tag team, still running duos, and a huge opportunity for Elton Prince and Kit Wilson, as here tonight in the opening matchup of Friday Night SmackDown, we will have the WWE Tag Team Championships on the line. Later tonight, we will be having number one contenders matches, as well as, both the men's and women's United States Championships on the line. Of course, we have a brand new women's United States champion in Charlotte Flair in here tonight. She will defend her championship for the very first time. We have a number one contendership match for the WWE Women's Championship, and much more to come, all here tonight, as well as another round of the draft. Now, I do want to explain something real quick. We will be showcasing one more round of the draft. However, there are going to be some behind the scenes where both Raw and SmackDown pick up a couple other superstars. Those won't be shown, but they're just getting the main roster call up either way. So, if you see someone that you didn't previously see through the draft, that's exactly why. It's a continuation of the draft, just, as they get into the later rounds. We don't have or feel the need to really showcase all of them. Maybe in the future we'll showcase everybody, but yeah, so we'll have one more round of the draft, and then next week all the draftees will go ahead and arrive to their respective brand, and it's about to really shake up the locker room for both Raw and SmackDown. So exciting times for all the new superstars coming in, the veterans trying to find, new people to try to help and guide, etc. We'll see how all that goes, and if any future Hall of Famers arise from this WWE draft. We'll see how that goes. As for now, this match has officially begun. We have Chris Sabin and Kit Wilson beginning the match. Alex Shelley in the corner of the Motor City Machine Guns, and Elton Prince for Pretty Deadly here tonight. Tag team action to go ahead and open up Friday Night SmackDown with the WWE Tag Team Championships on the line. Now, I went ahead and interviewed both Jeff and Matt Hardy, former WWE Tag Team Champions. They lost the titles at WrestleMania. I think there was a big label throughout that whole match is that it could be their retirement match. I think I did state on the actual night of WrestleMania that they would continue, and that seems to be the same. They are taking some time off. They are going to be a little bit, part-timers. They are older, and with WWE giving them more money, they're able to, go on vacation, take advantage, spend time with the kids, so on and so forth. So we will still be seeing from both Jeff and Matt Hardy, whether it's through tag team action, singles action, whatever the case may be. They are still signed to the WWE and will still be showcased here on the channel. Just for now, they are on vacation, and they will be taking some vacations throughout the year, a little bit more of a part-time sort of deal, rather than showing up every week or every other week, as just body's getting a little older. But yeah, nevertheless, they showed they still have the talents to be champions. They were able to hold the titles for a little bit, lost them back to the former champs, and I'm sure once they return, they're gonna go straight for the titles once again. So that's going to be very exciting. Now, let's talk Monday Night Raw, because what a spectacular Raw it was. Of course, all the championship matches, all of that. But I think the biggest thing I wanted to talk about was Goldberg returning and calling out Gunther for a match. He wanted to go ahead and humble Gunther, showing what a true legend was like. Gunther denied, but there are big rumors that Goldberg is willing to play his career on the line if it means getting Gunther to have a match with him. So, while dangerous, Goldberg is willing to risk it, and he could be the man who goes ahead and shuts down the ring general Gunther and kind of humbles him down. So make sure you guys continue to stay tuned in week in and week out as these storylines continue to start up and unfold. As Chris Sabin sends Elton Prince straight into the corner, tag made to Alex Shelley. Now these two are going to look to combine clothesline, big forearm, another. And now Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley knee drop, as they may be looking for the pinfall here. Chris Sabin with a big kick, and now Alex Shelley does look for the pinfall. 1, And a quick kick out by Elton Prince. I did expect them to at least get a 2 count, but very quickly Elton Prince preventing that from even happening, not giving the Motor City Machine Guns the satisfaction of hearing that 2 count. But unfortunately for Elton Prince, it is the Motor City Machine Guns who continue their attack. Chris Sabin, excuse me, Alex Shelley was trying to make an impact right there, but Elton Prince was able to crawl his way to make a hot tag to Kit Wilson. However, Kit Wilson quickly going to be put in the same circumstances of being on the damage taken side, at least for a bit, as he's able to counter Alex Shelley. Able to drop him down, and now Alex Shelley, what is he going to look to do? Is able to counter Kit Wilson right here. A big clothesline straight into the turnbuckle, as now Alex Shelley charging up, loading up. A slow rising Kit Wilson is going to be met by a huge stunner. Alex Shelley looking for the pinfall. Elton Prince is there ready to break the count. Alex Shelley not happy with that. Going to go ahead and kick out Elton Prince, sending him flying. That is enough time for Kit Wilson, though, to go ahead and recover, catch his breath, and get on to the attack. And now Kit Wilson distracting Alex Shelley. Now a big uppercut, doing some big damage right there onto Alex Shelley, who is still able to counter. Alex Shelley now picking up Kit Wilson. And Kit Wilson, who has looked by far better than his teammate. You know, a lot of times the tag teams I talk about having to be 50-50. Well, that is definitely not happening with Pretty Deadly right now. Kit Wilson, while he is taking a whole lot of damage, he's also been doing the most damage of his tag team, as Alex Shelley here with a quick switch, a Rooney roll up, and that is enough. That gets it done. It may have been Kit Wilson who did the most damage, but in the end, he is the one who got rolled up and pinned to secure the successful title defense for the Motor City Machine Guns. As we take a look back, it was Pretty Deadly who started off hot, but I believe it was when Elton Prince was the legal superstar. Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley were just able to combine a little too good for Elton Prince to be able to handle. And by the time Kit Wilson came in, well, it was a little too late, as Alex Shelley was able to get some nice stunners, some nice signature moves in there. And while Elton Prince kept things alive for a bit, in the end, all that damage added up, and it allowed Alex Shelley to get the 1-2-3 and secure a successful title defense. And we leave here tonight with the opening matchup saying the Motor City Machine Guns are still the WWE Tag Team Champions. And a lot like Fraxium, what is next for these guys? Who will be next to step up to the plate and try to dethrone the Motor City Machine Guns? As we now move on to our next match of the night, we're going to go ahead and jump into some number 1 contenders match. This is for the Women's WWE Championship, and what an opportunity for both women. The new champion, Jade Cargill, was able to go ahead and beat Bianca in order to become champion. And here tonight it will be the beautiful Madness, Julia, facing off against Naomi in a number 1 contenders match as they battle it out. Who will be able to face off against Jade Cargill in the near future for a Women's WWE Championship opportunity? That is up next, where we will be able to crown our next number 1 contender. Now, I do have some enormous breaking news for Monday Night Raw. It has just been confirmed to me in my earpiece that Brock Lesnar and LA Knight will be having a one-on-one match to crown the next opponent for CM Punk. That is right, Brock Lesnar, LA Knight fight for an opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship this Monday. So, as much as I want you to pay attention here on SmackDown, make sure y'all go in and tune in on Monday, because that already has instant classic written all over it. But here is the second superstar, Naomi, a bit of a different look than what we're used to. She said enough with the games, enough with all of that. She is here for one thing and one thing only: straight business. Watch out. Proceed with caution, because Naomi is here for the title. She is here to win. And it doesn't matter if Jade Cargill hasn't even had a title defense. Naomi is ready to end her reign instantly. Naomi, Julia, here tonight in our second match. Number 1 contenders match for the WWE Women's title. Now, as much as I would say that on paper, Naomi is the favorite to win this match, especially coming with this new look, this new attitude, what an opportunity this is for Julia. It is a bit of an underdog story, an underdog for this match here. But going from being the Women's United States Champion, unfortunately losing to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, but rather than, falling to the side or trying to fight for rematches, you're put straight into the World Championship contention. And I think that is incredible for Julia to start fighting for world titles so early in her main roster career. So a huge opportunity, win or lose here for Julia, a huge opportunity for her to go ahead and showcase her abilities and show exactly why she can go ahead and be a world champion within the next couple of years. And who knows, she's still pretty young. She could go on and do some incredible things with a world championship. So, big opportunity here. Again, I do think on paper it will be Naomi who could be considered the favorite. But in wrestling, in sports, anything can happen. So do not count the beautiful madness out. Former United States champion. And I'm sure she is just itching for some new gold, and this is the opportunity that she has right in front of her to get, the top title for SmackDown Women's Division. So we'll see how it goes for her, as at the moment Naomi has just been countered by Julia. Julia with some big smacks, and now Naomi is able to counter. A reverse DDT drops Julia. As Naomi, what is she going to look to do here? Looks to climb the middle ropes. Gonna look to fly. Big splash down onto Julia. As Naomi now awaits a slow rising Julia. Naomi chanting a couple things to the referee as well. I'm not sure what she said. But I'm telling you, this Naomi is coming in very different. A different mindset, a different personality, different values, different beliefs. Just almost like a brand new Naomi. And that could be all that she was missing in order to go ahead and become a world champion once again. And here tonight she gets that opportunity, as after some nice back and forth action, it is Naomi who is able to hit a huge stunner right here, a diamond cutter of sorts, as she now looks for the pinfall one. A quick kick out by Julia. Naomi once again just talking smack at the referee. I think the referee's confused. I think I'm very confused as well. And while Naomi is still able to counter, Julia continues to just focus on the referee rather than focusing on Julia. I'm not sure what Naomi is complaining about, what she's trying to argue about, or what she wants the referee to do. But she continues to focus on her quick roll-up pin. Oh no, gonna look into the submission. Naomi, can she win the match? Can she make Julia tap out? As Naomi is squeezing very hard here. Julia's trying to shake her way out. She is trying to escape, but is definitely struggling here. Naomi squeezing hard, not letting Julia breathe in. Julia just barely fighting on, but there it is. Julia says that is it. She taps out, and just like that, Naomi has won the match. It was a pretty dominant fashion match by Naomi. And she has just won this match by submission, making Julia tap. And just like that, she has crowned herself the #1 contender to the Women's WWE Championship. And Jade Cargill, proceed with caution, because right in front of you, your next opponent is going to be Naomi. Now we'll have to wait and see to when that match will be confirmed. It could be for a Backlash or first PLE of the season. It could be something else. But we'll have to see. For now, celebrations begin as Naomi is one step closer to what she wants, and that is the World Championship. And now talking about championships, talking about these titles. Up next, we have the Women's United States Championship on the line. Introducing first the challenger, representing the LWO. She is here, Zelina Vega, former champion. She's already previously held the United States championship, and here tonight could be able to go ahead and become a two-time, I would say, the first ever two-time. Yes, because we had Chelsea Green, Zelina Vega, Dakota Kai, Julian Charlotte. Yes, so she could go ahead and become the very first two-time United States champion. However, the current champion is no easy task. I mean, no champion is easy task, but let alone the Queen, Charlotte Flair. That is, yeah. You would expect her to be facing off against Naomi for the #1 contenders match, but as we know, she is no longer able to challenge for the Women's WWE Championship ever. For the rest of her career, she will never be able to do that. She can challenge for the Women's World Championship, the IC, United States Tag Team, NXT titles. She can challenge for all of those. But the Women's WWE Championship, no longer available for Charlotte Flair, which suck, because she's on SmackDown. If she had been moved to Raw due to the draft, then she would have been safe. She still could have been a world champion in the near future, but for now, a world championship does not seem to be in the future of Charlotte Flair. Doesn't seem to be bothering her. She's found success with the Women's United States Championship. So, here tonight, her first title defense. Gonna go ahead and see if, if she truly got what it takes, as much as, yes, the United States, the Intercontinental, titles like that, down in NXT, the North American titles, Speed titles, Heritage, all these championships, a lot of people like to call them mid-card titles, but I think it's more like the workhorse titles. We definitely know that to be true for the Intercontinental Championship, but I think it's the same for these other championships. I mean, at least since I've been working here, I expect to be seeing, the United States Championship every other week, maybe at most 3-4 weeks break, but I should be seeing it regularly. If not, I'll start considering you a bad champion, a non-fighting champion on the World Championship side of things. It's like understandable. You only want the best of the best fighting for the top prize of said brand. So if you don't fight for 6 weeks, I understand, because you want the best of the best. But with this, you gotta tear your body down because you're constantly defending it. You are facing people you never thought you would face, and that could be a very huge challenge for Charlotte Flair. So a good opportunity to see how Charlotte Flair will be doing here tonight, to see if her reign can continue, and maybe give us a small glimpse, a small little preview of what that title reign may look like. And of course, we already talked about it, an opportunity for Zelina Vega to try to become a two-time United States champion, the very first two-time United States champion. So there it is, the title that is on the line, what is at stake here tonight, and it will be the challenger Zelina Vega facing off against the new champion Charlotte Flair. This match has begun, And still to come later tonight, we will be seeing one more draft round, I believe. Yes, I think we are still going to go ahead and see one more draft round. I could be wrong. Alright, possibly. Let me check. Alright, I checked my notes. We will be having one last draft round. Of course, we'll have some more. Those won't be showcased on camera. And then in the main event, some big news. We'll go ahead and just wait till that comes out, until that happens, to explain everything that's going on. For now, we focus on this championship matchup as Zelina Vega gonna look for the pinfall very quickly. Charlotte Flair kicking out at 1. As Charlotte Flair now right here gonna look to try to counter. Not able to do so. Instead, a big stunner by Zelina Vega, who looks for the pinfall once again, and a kick out at 2 by Charlotte Flair. Zelina Vega starting off hot. Of course, we were already speaking about how she has the opportunity to become the first ever 2-time Women's United States Champion, but she also has an opportunity to show her skills, show her talents against someone like Charlotte Flair. We were just talking about how Julia got a big boost. She had an incredible match against Charlotte Flair, and even though she lost, that has bumped her up to start fighting for world championship opportunities. And even if it's not a win here tonight, look at Zelina Vega grabbing the belt, lifting it in the air, almost saying like, "This is mine." I don't think Charlotte Flair will be too happy about that, as the referee's count gets to 5. Now, as I was saying, Zelina Vega doesn't have to win or lose here tonight to, really, how do I put this? Basically, win or lose, as long as you have a good match, Zelina Vega could be doing an incredible thing for her career. So, whether she leaves here as the first ever 2-time United States Champion, or if she leaves as the first successful title defense for Charlotte Flair, as long as she has a good match, that is enough to start moving her way up to potential, world championship opportunities, and even more United States Championship opportunities. So Zelina Vega, win or lose, she does not want to throw this opportunity in front of her way, and she has to at least pull off a good match, so that the fans kind of, say, hey, maybe we want to see this girl a little bit more often. They start giving her that push, and it helps her out overall. So, what is this? Who is here? Lash Legend is here. Maybe trying to help out Zelina Vega, or maybe calling her shots as Charlotte Flair, as Zelina Vega may be able to now secure the championship. A distraction. Charlotte Flair, is she going to be able to kick out? Yes, she is. However, Lash Legend just almost costed Charlotte Flair her championship. What a crazy scene that would have been, as Lash Legend almost helped Zelina Vega secure the United States Championship. But now it is Charlotte Flair who is on the attack, trying to make Zelina tap quickly. Zelina Vega is able to go ahead and escape that submission hold. And now Zelina Vega, what is she looking at? They were not able to pull off nothing. Instead, a suplex by Charlotte Flair is now a slow rising Zelina Vega. And a spear by Charlotte Flair. A spear. And now Charlotte Flair is not finished. She's going to look to make Zelina Vega tap out. Going to look for that signature submission hold. Is Zelina Vega going to be able to escape this? Is Charlotte Flair going to be able to retain her championship by submission? Zelina Vega is struggling, is fighting Charlotte Flair, giving it her all in order to secure the match here. But now look at Zelina Vega, able to escape the submission hold. What a match this has been, and it continues as a Hurricane Rana by Zelina Vega. And now Zelina Vega, clothesline, sending Charlotte Flair over the top ropes. Now looking to fly knees up by Charlotte Flair, though these two women continue to counter one another, throwing everything they have at one another, and still they kick out of each other's moves. And they're literally countering each other. And just what an incredible matchup this has been. We had Lash Legend come on out here. Liv Morgan, who isn't even here, is coming to my mind for some reason. Excuse me. Zelina Vega has gotten her opportunities. Charlotte Flair has gotten her opportunities, but this match continues. However, these two better be careful as the referee's count is now at 6. Zelina Vega being sent straight into the pole. Charlotte Flair heads inside of the ring. Charlotte Flair may win this match by countouts as the referee's count gets to 8. And it did get to 9, but Charlotte Flair decides she wants to win by pinfall or submission, does not want to win by countout, so decides to reset the count. However, this may have been a mistake, and Zelina Vega charging up, trying to use the belt. That would have gotten her disqualified, but it would have done some serious damage onto Charlotte Flair. I'm not sure if this is fortunate or unfortunately for her, but nevertheless, Charlotte Flair able to move out of the way, and I say that because, well, fortunately, this match continues. She still has an opportunity at the title. Unfortunately, she hasn't been able to do the damage that she wanted to do onto Charlotte Flair, but, well, she is still on to the attack, so she may not have to worry as she sends Charlotte Flair flying. And now, Zelina Vega awaits a slow rising Charlotte Flair. Zelina Vega looking for the finish. Charlotte Flair may be out. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. The Queen, Charlotte Flair, having to use the last bit of energy inside of her tank to kick out of that. And this is exactly why I call these mid-cards the workhorse titles, because you gotta work so damn hard consistently against opponents you never imagined you would face off against. And I think Charlotte Flair is saying that here tonight. Nevertheless, Charlotte Flair seems to still have things in control, and she may be able to put this match away as she drags Zelina Vega away from the ropes, making sure that there is no way that this is broken up, looking for that signature submission. Once again, Zelina Vega escaped the first time. Is she going to be able to do the second time, or is she going to tap? And she taps. Charlotte Flair has done it. She is still the Women's United States Champion. What an incredible matchup it was between both of these women. They both threw everything they had at each other. They both battled it out, fought hard. I think Zelina Vega had an incredible match to show the level of skill and caliber that she has. But when it came to the Women's United States Championship, in the end, it was Zelina Vega who tapped out, and it is Charlotte Flair who was able to say, and still, the Women's United States Champion. Her first successful title defense in this reign. And the celebrations begin for the Queen, Charlotte Flair. As we now move on to the final draft round that will be televised again. We will be having more just not showcased on the channel. First and foremost, Tony D'Angelo joins the SmackDown roster. Jada Parker previously already had a little bit of a small patch with Raw. Will go ahead and be returning now officially. And Miles Bourne drafted to SmackDown. And the final pick, Charlie Dempsey, will be drafted to Monday Night Raw. And with that concludes the final televised round of the WWE Draft. Again, we will be seeing some more faces that won't be televised, but just know it's still happening. We can change it for the future. We have another draft throughout this season or the next. We can change it so that it shows everything, but I think that is enough for this week. As now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the main event of the evening. We have him, Carmelo Hayes, the United States Champion, in an incredible matchup because, well, let's run everything back. After, after Monday Night Raw, he called Nick Aldis. Carmelo Hayes called Nick Aldis. He said, look, I've been thinking. Gunther has been retiring all these people. Not everyone gets, this type of honor. But I think this person deserves this. John Cena once held open challenges with the United States Championship. And if you give the yes on this, if you confirm that this is okay with you, I would love to start those as well. And that is exactly what we have here tonight. So let's go ahead and hear from Carmelo Hayes. Anyone back there who thinks they can beat me, who wants a shot at my title, come out here and face me. There it is. Carmelo Hayes will be beginning the United States Championship Open Challenge, open to anybody who wants a title opportunity. And it is Damian Priest who will be answering this first open challenge. Carmelo Hayes has stated that he plans to have these open challenges as long as he is champion. He will not stop until he loses. And if he gains this United States Championship back, he'll run it back again in order to honor who he believes is the greatest of all time, who he believes was his GOAT, his mentor as well, and someone he kind of followed and was inspired by, John Cena. But you may be regretting that now, as the first man to answer the open challenge is Damian Priest. Oh my gosh. I mean, maybe Carmelo Hayes is fine with this, but if I'm, having an open challenge, I'm hoping it's maybe like an NXT guy, maybe AAA, maybe like a Joe Henry. Not saying any of those guys are bad. But Damian Priest is a damn former world heavyweight champion. This is not someone who comes in here to play nice. He is coming here for one thing and one thing only, and that's to leave with a United States Championship. Of course, with all these open challenges that Carmelo Hayes plans to do, his title is going to be at risk. But I think here, the first one is, this title's at risk more than it ever will be. Damian Priest is... Yeah, this is going to be a heck of a matchup, and it is the main event here tonight. Carmelo Hayes, Damian Priest, the United States Championship on the line. The very first Carmelo Hayes open challenge for the United States Championship. Again, he is going to try to continue this as long as he is champion. This, at least for Carmelo, hoping it's the first of many, but when your first opponent is Damian Priest, well, I'm not sure if the odds are really in your favor there. So, praying for you, Carmelo Hayes. It takes a lot of guts to have these open challenges. And it's gonna have, you're gonna have a lot of guts to get into this match with Damian Priest. So we'll see how it goes. The main event here tonight. And it will be exciting to see these open challenges week in and week out as we begin this matchup. Damian Priest, the man who accepted this open challenge, and the United States Champion, Carmelo Hayes, battle it out. Who will who will leave here tonight as the United States Champion? We will find out shortly, as very early on, Carmelo Hayes with a frog splash, big impact into the pinfall. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by Damian Priest. Carmelo, very good looks from him, showing very early on that he isn't a wuss like me. He is going to dive straight into the problem, straight into the mountain, and that is Damian Priest, and going to try to break him down. It's Carmelo Hayes right here trying to dislocate the arm of Damian Priest. And, this is good. If he has this confidence, if he has this ability to dive into any match without being really to be able to prepare for your opponent, that is going to make him one heck, not only a United States champion, but definitely a future world champion. As right here we have some back and forth action. Damian Priest getting a big smack here. Carmelo Hayes returns the favor. Damian Priest trying to get it back, prevents Carmelo from sending a smack back, but it is the boots that drops Damian Priest and allows Carmelo Hayes to win that little back and forth. And now slowly rising is Damian Priest. Carmelo, who quickly grabs Damian, sends him straight into the turnbuckle, trying to do a little bit more damage there, but Damian Priest able to counter. Carmelo quickly countering, as well as now Damian Priest sent straight into the turnbuckle. This time he is put on top of the turnbuckle, but once again countered by Damian Priest. Carmelo able to move out of the way of the attack of Damian. Was able to make a little bit of contact there with the missile drop kick and will continue to do damage, but Damian Priest still fighting in there, still hanging on, dropping Carmelo Hayes as Damian Priest now. What is he going to look to do? Maybe looking for the finish. No, Carmelo Hayes able to counter instead. A huge stunner. Damian Priest may be out. Damian Priest may be out. Carmelo Hayes isn't finished though. He wants to give a little more onto Damian Priest, who sent straight into the turnbuckle. And now Carmelo Hayes climbs the top ropes. He's going to look for another frog splash. There it is. Into the pinfall. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 as Damian Priest able to lift up his left shoulder just in time. Now countering Carmelo Hayes. And oh, look at Carmelo. Did get up instantly, quickly knocked back down by Damian Priest, but it looked like Damian did more damage to himself than onto Carmelo, and almost like a second wind here is Carmelo out of nowhere, just getting a bunch of energy as he counters Damian Priest, drops him down, and now Carmelo charging up. He's laying some big stomps here onto Damian, countering him. Once again, I'm telling you, he really has gotten a second wind, a second life in him, and it is allowing him to do some huge damage onto Damian Priest. Right here, Carmelo Hayes is able to go ahead and escape that submission hold. And now, maybe looking for the finish. Damian Priest looking to get onto the attack. Carmelo counters. Damian Priest able to duck out of that clothesline. These two, what incredible movements and athleticism from the both of them. As Carmelo Hayes looking for the finish. Damian Priest may be out. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Carmelo Hayes with his first open challenge and his first successful title defense. I cannot wait to see who else will be answering these open challenges and what else this man has to offer. But Carmelo Hayes has done it. He has just been a former world heavyweight champion. Carmelo Hayes able to get the job done here at his first open challenge, able to successfully defend his title. We take a little look back at this. It was, very heavily dominated by Carmelo. Damian Priest simply had his moments, but Carmelo, the champion, that second win, that second rush of adrenaline, allowed Carmelo Hayes to go ahead and secure a successful title defense. Just like that, Carmelo is still the United States champion. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you all on Monday Night Raw.